Hey y'all, I just want to come on a couple minutes early so I can check and make sure everything's working first. Okay. Okay. Okay, that one's working. Let's see if this one's working. Yep. Okay, good. All right, looks like we're all set today. Okay. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Hi, Billy. All right, y'all ready? Who's ready? Good morning, good morning. All right, so let's see. Hey, Cece. Today, let's see what we got on tap for today. Okay. Let's see. I probably need to start marking off the ones we've done. I don't know where my pen is. Okay, so we need to do, 4-ribbon bow, a 2-ribbon bow, stack bow with a twist. Okay, let's do that. All right, how are y'all this morning? Okay. This one I find very interesting. Good morning. Okay. This one is super simple. What I like about this is it's going to give you the look of a twisted bow without having to go through the steps of twisting the whole thing. Okay. So this one's by hand. So let's see, let's do 10 inches. All right, so 10, you're gonna fold them over each other. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 10. 9. Are you on your way home? Good morning. 10. Okay. There we go. All right. So what you do is you stack 10 together, fold it in half, and where your middle is, you twist as one piece. Good morning, good morning. This is one of the simplest bows. And we zip tied that twist in. Okay, and then you start, let's pull out our little tails. Look how cute this is. And it's so stinking easy. So you have your two little tails here. Dovetail it. This is literally like a 1-minute bow. So if you need a bow super quick, you don't want to have to get out your bow maker, you don't want to have to do anything, this is your bow. So this is just the stacked bow with a twist. Isn't it cute? Look how easy that was. I mean, literally. The easiest bow on the planet. See? Look how cute that is. All right. That'll just get us started this morning. Okay. That one's super quick. All right, we're going to do a 4-ribbon bow. Oh, let's do the no twist hand bow. Y'all want to do the no twist hand bow? Look how pretty this is. I love this. So the no twist hand bow is especially good for patterned ribbon. So let's see, let's find a patterned ribbon. Perfect example. Okay, so this is the little Christmas trees. Right, very patterned and going in one direction. So that's what I want to do, because what I want is to show you how to make this part by hand. And then what you do is you can use your bow maker to stack them up. So we can make this bow as simple or as complicated as we want. All right, so let's start with a 12-inch tail. So you just pinch it. I like to go ahead and put it in between my thumb and my finger. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna measure out whatever loop you want. So remember, 7-inch is going to be 14 to 0, so you take whatever loop size and multiply it by 2. So let's start with 7. I pull it on the right side, I pull it underneath. Now if you're left-handed, you would do the opposite. Okay, right there, you see 7 inches right there. Now on the left side, and you can let the ribbon guide you. So you see how the ribbon has the ugly side up. When the ugly side is up, you have to pull across. So we can go down here, measure out. I only measure the first one because then I'm just going to use these others to measure it. Now you see I have it right here. I'm just going to push it into my hand. Now look, these are not twisted. They are not gathered in any specific way. They are not on top or on bottom. I simply just stick it in so they're kind of stacked in together. Very good to use this part of your hand between your thumb and your finger, because this is the part that has the most strength in it and it's going to hurt the least. If you try to hold it like this, and your finger's going to start cramping. So just put it in here. You don't have to hold it real tight. You just want to keep it from coming apart. Look, our resident fly is back. And then you're just going to do another loop just like that one. Once again, I stuck it in my hand. Now look, our trees are all going in the same direction, see? So already it's making it easier on us because we're not going to have to twist it. Okay. So just right in my hand, just like that. Let's do one more. Okay. So these are all 7 inches. There we go. Now, we're going to trim off about 12 inches. About right here. All right, now look. There is nothing going on with my hand. It is simply just stuffed in there. So I can just grab it as one piece and put it down in my bow maker. Okay. Now, I don't have to go through the process of twisting everything. If you want this to be right side up, you're going to have to cut it and flip it. Or you can just leave it. Okay. There we go. Now let's do the next one. Let's see. Let's do... Ah, here it is. I was going to say I went and got black and red ribbon. There we go. All right. So remember what I said, you do not have to do specific sizes, right? This is a 2.5, this is a 1.5. It doesn't matter when you're doing bows if it has 1.5, 2.5, 4 inch, and there's no rule that says it has to be in a specific order. So we're going to do a 6-inch loop, so that's 12 inches. So see, I just pinch it in my hand right here, and then I'm going to transfer it to my thumb and finger. I only have to measure out once. Okay, so we did 3 like this. So let's do 3 like this one. Also, no rule that says you have to do a specific number. So you see how that's the ugly side, so it comes across. And you can put your fingers in here just to make sure they match. So on this side, the pretty side's up, so we go underneath. And you can once again do that. Okay. So see how I can just make sure quickly that it's working. Trim off our tail. Then I just take this as one piece and put it down in my bow maker. Okay. There we go. So now you see, it still looks just like a regular bow we make, right? Let's see, do we have the black in here? Yeah. Where did we put that? Where did we put that black? Is it on the floor? It's on the floor. All right. Now, let's get our dovetail. All right, and we're doing 12-inch tails, so we got our 12 inches. This time, we're gonna do 10 inches, and that's a 5-inch loop, so right just like that. See how I pinch it in my fingers, and then I just transfer it to my thumb and finger. One more time, 10 to 0. Okay, just like that. So you see how easy that is? This is great if you don't have a bow maker. It's also great if you are somewhere and you don't have your bow maker with you. Okay? And we're going to do 3. Each one is going to be 3. Okay. Now this one is a little bit less obvious because it's the same on both sides. However, I'm still just going through the process of left under, right over. That's the biggest thing to remember with this. Left over, right under. Okay. Pull out our tails. Okay. Let's go bring this one back in. Okay, and we're going to do, so we're going down 1 inch each time. The next retreat is March 16th through 18th. All right, so dovetail. Did I dovetail this? No. Okay. So 12 inch. Pop that on there. Okay, so we're doing 8 inch now. So if you want 7 inch, you go to 14. 6 inch, you go to 12. 5 is 10, and 4 is 8. Now this is in your calculator, so you don't have to remember that. So don't stress too much about that. These measurements are actually in the calculator. I updated it for yesterday's class, for yesterday's instructions, so you will have that. All right, so right in it goes. There. Third one. Right there. Yep. And third one. See, I'm not twisting anything. And then I don't have to worry about having to twist it when I put it in the bow maker. Now, if you don't have a bow maker, remember you can use a pipe cleaner and tie it together and then stack the pipe cleaners on top of each other. So we'll go through that again today because it's a really great method if you don't have a bow maker or if you're somewhere without your bow maker. There we go. There. All right. Then we'll come in with this one. Let's see, 12 inch. This time we're doing 6 inches. Look how tiny that is. Okay. So 1, 2. Good morning. 3. 4. Okay. Put that in. All right. I'm gonna grab a zip tie. We have to get it under one side. Pull it up. It's pretty easy to see our indentation. You see that? You can see it on this side as well. Remember, the most important thing is to hold one side while you move it around. Okay. So you see, you can do a bow by hand. Absolutely can do a bow by hand. All right. Let's get some pipe cleaners out this morning. So are y'all enjoying this so far? Okay. All right. So we just put it right underneath and then pull really tight. Okay. Let me open y'all up a little. All right, so you can see it still needs to be fluffed, but there's not going to be quite as much because we did not twist this. So because it's not twisted, it does make it a little bit easier to fluff because there is no twisting. Okay. So, you know, when you twist and gather your ribbon, it does kind of create a little bit in the center. But with this one, you get a lot less. You still want to fluff it. This bow here is really easy to make round because you have 3 loops of each one. So oftentimes when I'm going to do a bow for a tree, I'm going to do something like this. There we go. That one kind of pulled out a little. There we go. Okay. You see how nice and round this is? Awesome. Look how cute that is in the middle. Looks like a little candy cane. There. That is so cute. I can take some and kind of move them sideways. Like that. Oh, how cute is that? Look how nice that looks. And then we have all of our tails. We can cascade them. Oh, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Let's see, did we dovetail everything? Excuse me. Yes, we did. See, look how great that looks. And that's all by hand. I do too. Okay. All right. Now, yesterday we did one by hand, but we didn't do it the way we just did it. Thank you. So, let's see. Do we have silver? Maybe we should do something with silver. I did this walk yesterday, didn't I? Here's some silver. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. I have to have some other silver, don't I? No. I still haven't put up all my ribbon. Okay. This ribbon is the birch ribbon. I love this stuff. Okay. So we're going to do the exact same type of bow, but this time we're going to use our pipe cleaners instead of our bow maker. Okay. So we'll start with this one at the bottom. So 12 inches. Okay. So we did 7 first, so 14. Okay. Pinch in our hand. Okay, 14. So we pull across. This one's a good one because it's kind of easier to see what's the up and what's the down. So you can see there's the downside, it's very dull. The upside is very shiny. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so we're just kind of putting it in our hand. We're not arranging it in any specific way. Okay. Okay. There we go. There's 3. There's our 3rd one on that side. Yep. Okay, so we can trim it off. This time we're going to take our pipe cleaner and we're going to just tie it around. And I only use a tiny little bit when I'm doing this. I mean, I cut it right up close. Okay, so then I can set this aside and go to the next one. Okay. So here's a pattern one, so it's a really good way to see. All right, so 12 inches. Okay, and then we did 12 again, so that's a 6-inch loop. You see how I just measured it? And then I just kind of gather those two together. And then I'm gonna put it in my thumb and finger. Then I'll just measure again. Put it right in my hand. All right, so right under left over. We have leftover ribbon that we're going to use right under my hand. Did y'all ever learn those silly little things in school? We have to do that with the boys sometimes. Okay. See why I hate spools? Alright, so look, all of our skates are going in the right direction, and they're so cute. Okay. There's not enough of that to do anything. Okay, so I'm going to take my pipe cleaner again. Good morning. Tie it around. Got our 3 loops. Trim this off and set it aside. Okay. I wonder if I have enough of this. I don't know. All right. Oh wait, what did I do with that silver from yesterday? Here it is. There might be enough of this. No. Okay. Alright, so 12 inches. And then we went to 5. So that's 10 inches. 10. Just like that. Okay. 10 inches again. Right there. Alright, now it's easy. Left over. right under, left over, right under. Trim it off. Get our pipe cleaner. Yes, the stiffer ribbons are definitely better than the silky ribbons for bows. Yes. I'll show you exactly what I mean. Okay. So this is denim ribbon here. This is a really good ribbon for bows because it is stiff, and you can see now. See how you can look how you can bend the stiffer ribbon. Okay, put that one there. Okay, let's see. Do we have a silky ribbon? That one's kind of silky. I'm sure I have to have something. Oh wait, what's this? That's DuPont. This one might be silky. Oh wait. This one looks silky. Here. This looks silky. Yes, the calculator information will be printable. Yes, it will. All right. I want to do this while we're thinking about it because this is a silky. Now look, when you fold this, you see how it tends to wrinkle. You have to work with it a little bit more. When you fold this, okay, it does not do that. So yes, you can use the silky. It will hold its shape. You can work with it. It is a little bit easier to work with the stiffer ribbon, but don't discount the silky ribbon because sometimes the best patterns are in the silky. So don't just automatically discount it just because it is silky. We'll do some both with this silky so you can see. There's other textures, right? This here is a plastic ribbon. So there's all different textures, and you can see, now this one's really stiff, okay, but you can see super stiff can be very difficult to work with. So denim is kind of the best option, but you can see this one is like super stiff, and it's going to be a little bit more difficult to work with because it has a tendency to not want to gather. It is pretty though, right? Okay. All right, so we did that one. Let's see, we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. So we have 3 layers. Let's do this one again. So we did 5, so this one's going to be 4. Okay, so 12 inches. Yes, for beginners, denim is better to work with. Absolutely. So that's a 4-inch. So 8 to 0. There we go. That's such a cute little bow. So right around. I'm trying to make it pretty close to the other one so that we can kind of compare them. Okay. So right under, left over. There we go. You just think of it as leftovers. And then you just do the opposite on the other side. Okay, so we're going to put our little pipe cleaner around it. I think this is big enough. Yeah. It just needs to hold it together. Okay. There we go. So there's that one. Dovetail those ends. Alright, now let's see. Which one of these has enough? I don't know if that one does or not. I don't think so. We can try. Six. Yeah, definitely not. Let's just try. Pretty sure it's not. Okay, so this one will just be a slight bit smaller. Yeah, the silky ribbons are really pretty. And you can use them. You can use them. It's all about having patience when it comes to the silky ribbons. It's about patience and fluffing it. There we go. All right. This one is a little too big. There we go. All righty. There we go. So this one has 2 instead of 3, so let's add this onto it. Okay. I'll just do 1 loop with this one. Okay, so 6-inch. See, this one's kind of a silky. And 6. There we go. Okay. One of the reasons that I like doing this with the pipe cleaners and colored, like ones that are a little bit different than the color that you're working with, right? So these are red. What's going to help us is it's going to be easy to see, because what you do now that you've gotten all the loops made, of course I hit the side. All right, so now what we do, we take a zip tie, lay it down. We're going to start with our bottom layer. We're going to place it down where the zip tie is. Then we're going to take our next layer and we're going to place that pipe cleaner directly over the other pipe cleaner. So this is why I like it, is you can line up the pipe cleaners. Then we place the next one. Then the next one. And the next 2. Now, we just take our zip tie, get it started. Now, instead of looking for the indention, you're looking for the pipe cleaners. You see that? So you just make sure that the pipe cleaners are stacked directly on top of each other. And then your bow will be perfectly centered. You see? Look. See, we see all of our little red pipe cleaners. And what I do is I will take a piece from one of these ribbons and I will cover where that pipe cleaner is, where those pipe cleaners are. See, because right now I can see them. Can you see that? But I can take, let's take a piece of this. Okay, so I take a piece. I cut about an 8-10 inch piece. This one's rather large, and then you just cut a small piece off of it. Okay, just like this. And then you go tie it right around where those pipe cleaners are. And it's gonna cover all the mechanics that you just used to put this together. No one will ever know you did that. Good morning. Okay, so we just trim after we tie. I just tied it in a knot. Now look, you cannot tell where those pipe cleaners are. Can you see? All you see is that white. All right, now we can fluff it. I'm just setting it down so I can see my layers. Remember, you can always put it on your fluff box. Okay, and I'm spreading them out because this makes our nice round bow. Now, I did it exaggerated with 3 loops because I want you to see that even with 3 loops in each section, you can still do this. Okay. Okay. So I'm alternating the ribbons as I go, so they're not all piled up together. There we go. Look how pretty. We've got our tails. We can cascade. There we go. So you see, then you just have to kind of take a second to plump all those little pieces up. And everything's going the same direction, and we don't have to worry about any of it. All right, now look. Here's the one we did by hand. Here's the one we did. Now, both of these are by hand. We use the bow maker to stack this one, and we stack this one with pipe cleaners. And you can see, you cannot really tell a difference. So don't feel like you always have to put it on a bow maker and do all the things. You can do these by hand, and you can do them without a bow maker. Even the really big complicated ones. Okay. I'm starting to amass at the bottom again. you can see there's so many different ways to make a bow. There's way more ways than just one way. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do, we did the no twist. Let's do a 4-ribbon bow. Okay, so 4-ribbon bow. Let's see what we got. I like this. I know I have there. What did I do with that red and green I had? There's red and green. Oh, I have this one already. I'm gonna put that one back. Okay. I don't want to use this one instead. I know I had it yesterday. Where did it go? Where did it go? Where did it go? So I want things that are red and green, right? So you can see this is red and green plaid. We have red and green here. We have red and green here. These are different textures, and that's totally okay. Maybe we should just do a plain red. Here we go. We'll put our sparkly in. All right. Okay. 4-ribbon bow. I love this. Isn't that cute? This is a great winter ribbon. Let's do 12-inch tail. Place it down. Down on the floor it goes. Okay, twist that side. Now look, you see how he's upside down, but we'll fix that. So we'll do 6-inch. 6-inch, 6-inch, and then we're going to pull it out, trim it off. This is layer 1. All right, now we need to flip these because they're upside down. So we'll start with the bottom one. I just pick it up and flip it over. Pick it up and flip it over. This one we want to dovetail. Okay. There we go. I'm not too worried about this one because we're probably going to pull it. Oh, let's do this next. No, let's do this next. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm actually going to start on the other side because I'm only putting one tail. All right. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Pull it out, trim it off. Okay. I hope we have enough of this. One. I think we do. Two. So you can see this one's really stiff. Anything with the glitter is going to be pretty stiff. With the stiffer ribbons, you really just have to take your time and remember the ribbon is not the boss. You're the boss. Okay. Alright, so back to the other side. And look, we have different textures in here. One, two, three. Okay, then trim this off. Okay. Okay. Now, again with this one, we're going to go a little bit smaller. Let's twist that. Okay. We're only doing one loop, trim, dovetail. One. So this is about 5 inches now. 2, trim. Okay. Let's see. We may or may not have enough to do this one. We'll see. Right. Maybe. We may. Okay. So you can see each time I'm alternating where my tail starts so that my little pieces are going to be opposite. Okay, so 5 inches. Okay. 5 inches. And a short tail. These short tails, they give you more, almost an illusion of more loops without having to use more ribbon. Okay. All right. Okay. Alright. Then we're going to do one loop with this. Okay. So all you do is put it down, make one small loop. Actually, let's do it this way so we don't have to twist it. Okay. So about a 2 or 3 inch loop. Short tail. I'll dovetail that in a second. Let's get this zip tie under it. can dovetail this. There we go. Pull it out. All right. You can see where your indentation is right there. Also on the other side. Hold one side, pull it around. Okay. Under it goes. Okay. Pull it really tight. Let's fluff this one on the fluff box. What you think? So there's my nail. There's the little hook. So I just stick that hook under there. You can even twist it around the hook once and then do the little nail. That'll keep it in place. Now we have an easier time of being able to fluff it. I just realized I'm not even really zoomed in, am I? There we go. Okay. There's our short tail. I don't know why. Oh, my little hook came out. Huh, look at that. Hold on. Let's see if I can get it back in there. There. All right. I must be rough on mine. Alright, so we're going to get everything pulled out and then we'll get it all fluffed. Okay. These little pieces. Okay. So these are 3 loop. So 2 loops on one side, 1 loop on the other. But at the top, we actually have just the 1 loop. But it will help this bow spread out. I'm just cutting the small ones at an angle. This. Okay. You see how these little pieces make the bow appear larger than it is. Okay, I give up on this fluff box. I'm gonna have to fix it. Alright. Honestly, I do it better by hand anyways. Alright. So all of our tails are out in the front. Ooh, look how pretty that red is. Yeah. So this is just going to give you an opportunity to make more different kinds of bows. And using things like this little tail helps you to not use as much ribbon but get such a large bow that looks so pretty and so big, right? So this looks pretty big. And a lot of it is because we have these little pieces in here. Okay. What you think? Isn't that pretty? Woo! That's pretty. Okay. All right. That do with, hold on, let me clean up for just a second. What a mess. There we go. Y'all have one of these for your craft room. Best thing ever. I've tried a lot of different things, including the little vacuum and all that, but this just works better. For me, anyways. There we go. All right. Okay. There. Now I can think. Okay. All right. We're going to do 2 ribbon bow. Let's pick out 2 really pretties. Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right. So yesterday we did the stacked ribbon bows. We did one with 1.5, one with 2.5. Now we're going to do one with 1.5 and one with 2.5. And look here, this is silky ribbon. You see this? This one's silky, this one's silky. So I want you to see, even with the silky ribbon, you're going to be able to do this. All right, so 12-inch tail. Okay, we'll do 7. 7. Okay, we're twisting together, twist them together. Do 7 again. So you can see with the satiny ribbon, the silky ribbon, it works fine. You just have to spend a little bit more time getting it together because it does have a tendency to want to kind of curl on itself. Just make sure you have lots of ribbon pulled up and just take your time. Expect that you're going to be kind of straightening it as you go. But I wouldn't discount it because there are so many pretties with the silky ribbon. Okay. All right, now let's go down to 6. Okay, 6. Six. 6 again. See how it likes to fold on itself? This is all about patience and taking your time. Okay, and then let's go down to 5. Okay. Five. 2 at 5. And then we'll do 1 at 4. There's a lot of ribbons that are very different to work with. So the silkies, the Dupont ribbon, the plastic ribbon, those are different. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Just remember that. Let's just make sure these are the same. Yep. Okay. All right, then we trim these off. See, not too bad. You just have to take your time. All right. Dovetail these two. Just like that. Okay, then we take our zip tie. We're going to go underneath. Okay. Get a pipe cleaner. Okay, so we always take our indention, hold it, go around. Right through there. Okay. All right. Now, options. You can keep them together and make your bow just like this, which is really quite pretty. Or you can pull them apart. But you see how it gives you such a different look just by stacking the two ribbons on top of each other? Okay, so just like that. Or we take it and we start pulling it apart. And then you get a much larger bow. I do like to pull them apart because I just feel like it just gives you so much volume, so much pretty. It's a quicker way to get a nice large bow. There. Right now, you fluff the silky ribbon just like you fluff the non-silky. Okay. Start at the bottom, work your way up. Here we go. See how pretty that is? So this is, so we've done 3 versions of this bow, right? Because what I want you to see is you can take bow formulas, bow recipes, and you can apply different things to them. Okay, so you don't have to be stuck with just what someone did with their bow. Okay, I love that. That's pretty. All right. Let's see. Oh, I know. Let's make. Have y'all ever worked with velvet ribbon? Hold on, let me go get my velvet ribbon. It's all right, Bella. Hi, Bella. Okay, so one of my most requested things every year is the velvet bows. What kind of deco mesh would I use with the silky? Any. So, you know, my favorite deco mesh is to do the either the metallic or the ones with the edge or jute. Those are the ones I like to use. So velvet ribbon can be a little different to work with because it is silky on one side and velvet on the other. All right, so this ribbon, there's a bunch of different ways you can do this, but the one that works, the one that I get requested the most, is actually a 3-2-1 bow, but we're going to do it with the velvet. So we'll do a 12-inch tail. Okay, twist it just like normal. The difference with this ribbon is that it's stiff, it's thick. So when you're twisting it, it's rather thick in the center. You see that? And when you get done with the bow, it's pretty thick. Okay. But the ones that look the best to me is this bow. Okay. The tricky part with the velvet ribbon is fluffing it and getting these to look good. Okay, so we did 3 loops. This will be 2 loops. These are all the same size. Okay. Then we do one loop. All the same size. Okay. There we go. Okay. Pull that off. Okay. Put it under. Pull it out. Okay. So you can see our indentation. You see how much thicker this is than when we normally do bows? It's because the velvet is very thick. It's just a thick ribbon. It's the velvet. Alright. Pull it as tight as you can. And oftentimes with the velvet, I'm going to have to put a little piece around it because it's going to show. So, let's cut a piece. So you see how thick this is? Okay. Okay, so just cut a piece, fold it, tie it right over. I'll tie it a couple of times and trim it. Okay. Now, you see how it just kind of stacks on itself? You're going to have to spend a minute pulling it apart. And you do have to really kind of pull on it. Okay, so now you see how it's all wrinkled up? This is where you really want to, I mean, manhandle it. So even after you fluff it, you're going to have to stop and come in here and physically pull it out. See, when you twist it back and forth, then you have to stop and pull it out. So with the velvet, it will wrinkle very quickly. So you want to make these and fluff them out pretty much immediately, or they're going to get wrinkled. And then they're just not going to look as good. That is the problem with the velvet ribbon. People love these bows, so it's just one of those things you kind of have to deal with. And there is a difference between the outdoor velvet ribbon and the indoor velvet ribbon. So when you're getting velvet ribbon, make sure you're checking to see which one you're getting, because it does make a difference. There we go. See how you kind of have to. This is truly one that when you're done fluffing, stop. Because touching it too much will cause it to wrinkle. So, it's a very different ribbon. And then you just pull the tails. See, and there we go. Okay. Why that keeps texting me. Alright, so that's a velvet just Like, so this would be for a door, a wreath, something like that. If I'm going to do, a tree topper bow with this velvet, I'm going to do that a little differently. Okay. All right. Let's do 14. So take it at 14. Okay. And you're just going to fold it on top of each itself at 14. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, usually with tree topper bows, I usually do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so that my tree topper bow, if I'm going to make it for the top of the tree, right? So that's 9, 12, what? 15. So there's 15 loops in total. If I'm going to do this, I'm going to do, well, let's see. That's 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to do 14. Okay. Okay. Now hold that for a second. Then I'm going to do a 2-yard piece. Okay. All right. This is how I do this. I am going to cut it here and here to a point. Come around here. I can take that piece out. Here and here. Right now, I'll pick it up, open it, press it down. Okay, and then I'm going to take this piece, put it underneath, and I'm going to zip tie it. You want to get it in the middle. Okay. There we go. All right. Then I'm going to take another piece. I'm going to tie it in the center. This just makes it a little bit easier because it's so thick. This kind of trims it out so that it's easier for you to kind of pull these apart. All right, so that's our other tail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now it would really help if I could get this to work. Let's see if we can get it to work today. maybe if I just do it on that center thing, and just tie it around there. No, it's not going to. Okay, let me try that nail. All right, now you want to twist them and pull them up. Pull up and physically twist it. And that's what's going to help them stay up. Okay. The twisting is the key. That's what helps them. It seems a little scary to cut the ribbon like this, but don't be scared. It actually works really great. See how awesome that looks? So they also do it this way for pew bows and things like that. This is a great way to do ribbon for pew bows, you know, church bows. There we go. And then you get it up on the tree, and then you just twist it again just to make sure it stays up. That's it. Isn't that cool? Let's see if I can get this back off. So when we come back at 2, we're going to do the tree topper bow that I talked about. Ah, come on. I mean, I really tightened it around there, didn't I? There we go. Okay, now I got it. Now I got it. There. Okay. There. So when you put it on the tree, you just twist them, and then they'll stay up. Like that. The velvet is not my favorite for doing the tree topper bows, but I'm going to show you how to do it with red denim, and then we'll be able to do that other method. See? Awesome. And then of course I have the long tails to go on the tree. But it's shocking, some people still like this. I don't know why. I'm not a big velvet fan, but there are a lot of people who are. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to do the tree topper bows at 2. I think we may even have time to do one with the stuff in the middle. So there it is. All right, y'all, so I'm going to stop and have some lunch and get the calculator updated with what we did this morning. And then we'll come back at 2. Let's see. So we're definitely going to do the tree topper bow. Oh, we're going to do a railing bow. I think we've done a lot of these others. Then we just may do some fun bows. Tree topper bows will take a little while. All right, y'all have a great little break, and I will see you guys in like an hour and a half. All right, bye y'all.